Listen up. It's time for a politically entertaining exclusive interview.
He is the host of Late Gate Radio, King of the Gate, Montraze Slater, a.k.a. Slatron the Don. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm glad to be here.
Man, rarely do Frank and I have the same person on our guest list. He usually has his list. I usually have mine. He mentioned you, and I was like, you know, I wanted him on too, so that's cool. So, man,
hey,
appreciate you coming on, bro.
Hey, I appreciate the guys asking, man, for real.
I wanted to start out by asking you, y'all burning down sections of I-85 down there, dog?
Man,
what's going on?
To be honest with you, man, I don't know what's going on, but one thing it did do, it took the city up to a whole nother level as far as traffic. It's like we got the LA Express, New York traffic, and Atlanta traffic all at one time, so it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
I really don't know what happened.
Atlanta traffic was already bad, but I'm glad everybody's safe and didn't get hurt. But let's get into the real questions. First off, I want to start off. What gave birth to the idea of Late Gate Radio? And for the people that haven't checked out an episode yet, what can they expect when they watch and tune in to an episode of Late Gate?
Well, to be honest with you, the term Late Gate actually started 20 years ago when I went to I was attending Alabama A&M University, and me and a group of my friends that we were always, kind of started kicking it at 12 o'clock at night. And then it just became like, hey, man, we out here on the gate. We out here on the Late Gate. So, it kind of started from that, but it was something that we always carried throughout the years, from original people that we met when we first was at college. That was our little code word, like we still kicking it, so it's still going. So, it kind of started from that. And I started with Late Gate Promotions maybe about 5 years ago here in Atlanta because I was working with a black-owned marketing company, and I learned a lot working under their wing. They made me the manager of their print shop. So doing that, I learned a lot. And once I changed careers and kept going, I always loved music. I always stayed with the promotion. So actually one night I was just sitting in my kitchen. I had my laptop open. I'm always listening to music on the internet, and I was like, man, there's a lot of these artists that never get heard. So why don't I just start playing it for them just out of the kindness of my heart? And that's really how it started, man. I got really the first night that I did it, I was just like, man, Late Gate Radio. I was already repping Late Gate, so I just put radio at the end. And the people just kind of came to it, and it's just been going ever since.
Man,
that's how it started.
That's dope right there. And you mentioned the underground artists that you play. I noticed from the episodes I've seen you play a lot of their music. Now, are you selective in who you play? Like, have you ever gotten a song that you said, I ain't rocking with that? Or do you pretty much play whoever submits to you?
Well, to be honest with you, I created a platform for every artist to be heard. But the music, the underground music that's been coming has been so strong that when I do get a person or just a total stranger out the blue to hit me with an email, I respond to every email. It's like we already have a relationship because I start a conversation with them off the top, and I listen to the song. And if it's something that's not maybe recorded right, maybe you need to go in and get it mixed down a little better, I won't put it out there because I want each artist to get the best attention possible that they can and have it. And, just try to have the music as clear as possible. So everybody's song don't get played, but everybody gets a response from me, and I kind of tell them what they may need to go and do, not trying to tell them what to do with that music, but, go back in and record it, put some more ad-libs on it, put some, go and stack your music a little bit. That way the depthness of the music can be heard and you can get a full response from total strangers, either way it goes. So, I try to, just be as honest with them. So therefore they won't feel let down if the people not thumbing up or people not commenting on their song. So, I just try to do it that way for them. But everybody gets played. Everybody.
That's real.
That's what's up. Hey, I'm going to jump in here, Slate. And the main thing that I've noticed is like your energy on the videos to me is just contagious. Like sometimes I scroll by and be like, and I say I should stop there because you'd be like, I'm checking in. So I think that's really cool that you do that, right? But one of the things I want to say is hip hop music, and certainly some of the lyrics are obviously explicit and they say things. Have you gotten any negative feedback from anybody saying, you promoting that kind of negative music? Yeah, it's great, you're an entrepreneur, but at the same time, that music is not necessarily always positive. Have you ever gotten that kind of feedback? And if so, what was your response?
Man, to be honest with you, bro, I have, and it's a blessing, I have never received any negative feedback because I believe the people are there more for the content because I'm I'm an open person, and I'm a loving person. And I always tell myself that my grandmother left me here with her heart, where she had a kind heart. So, and I believe in uplifting people. So I believe more people be there for the social commentary more than the music, but they enjoy the music. I leave it open for all genres. We have poets, we have rappers, singers. The board is covered on all genres of music. I want somebody to submit some country music because I want everything, but I give a lot of positive energy. You know what I'm saying? And I give attention. I interact with everybody who pop up on the screen. I try to at least give them a shout out. So it's kind of like when you come on Late Gate Radio, man, you feel like you're walking into your home and everybody running up to you giving a hug, and that's the feeling that I get out of it. So and I try to give that energy back to every. If it's just one listener on there, I'm still gonna be on that as if it's 100,000 people on there, and I'm gonna give it the same energy. So I have never received any negative feedback. I receive a lot of positive feedback as far as keep going and don't stop. It don't matter what happens. Just stay down with it. And really, when I sit there in my chair in front of that phone and with my laptop right there, I'm in my happy place. So, I really love it. I'm not doing it for the money. I haven't made any money from any artist from doing what I'm doing, but I know I see the bigger picture in it, and I'm happy with that.
And that's a great thing that you're saying. You said one of the things you brought up. You said you're not taking any money from it. One of the things that obviously in politics you hear us talk about sometimes is you hear about donations and things like that. Is do you see yourself becoming in any way aligned with any political movements going forward? Obviously, the country's very, very divided. Hip hop has always been somewhat of a unifying presence. Going back and you listen to artists, you think about guys like Public Enemy and guys that really had a message in their music. Is that something you could see yourself maybe spinning yourself towards, finding artists that promote that, especially with the climate the way it is in America with politics?
Of course, if there's anything that's promoting anything positive, or if I understand that I'm a vessel and I'm gonna be used in a lot of different ways, but I can only be used in a way that I allow myself to be used. So it's something that I morally believe in, and some things that I wouldn't mind standing behind and giving my all. Of course, I would love to do that. I wouldn't shut the door on any opportunity that would have a positive impact on the community, on the world, or abroad. So, of course, I would love to get involved in things like that. And actually, I have some friends who are involved in politics, but I don't mention their names, but they check in on Late Gate and they send me encouraging emails and things like that. So I would love to get involved in things like that.
Slatron the Don again, Montraze Slater, host of Late Gate Radio. Frank mentioned this a little bit in his first question, man, but when I see you on Late Gate Radio, man, I think no one should be allowed to have that much fun like you do on it. It genuinely looks fun, man. Your energy. Do you drink Red Bull and vodka before, or 5 Hour Energy, or is that just natural Montraze Slater energy that we're seeing?
Hey, Byron, man, that's naturally me. I'm still in condition like 1997. I just get me a Bud Light and I check in, man.
Now, okay, so it's natural. So would you do it on a day that you're not feeling it? Like, if it's time to record Late Gate Radio and you're like, man, I'm tired today. Do you treat it like a job, and would you still do it regardless of how you feel, or would you not want to cheat your listeners and just take that day off until you're back to having that natural energy that we're used to seeing?
Well, of course, the human body does get tired, but this is something that I started. This is my grind. Every Wednesday you see that show B, I'm tired, dog, because I work with a job. I work with a job corps throughout the day, so I get mentally drained by all the problems from the students and this and that and the third and this and that and the third. So it's like I be drained before I even get home. But I kind of got myself in routine where I come home and I kind of relax on the days that I do the show, so I can give it my all. But yeah, a lot of times I don't feel like sitting there. I don't, but I don't go off of emotions. I consider myself to be a a strong man, so I don't deal with what I feel like. I do what I'm supposed to do what I have to do. So I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. Yeah, if you want to take a break, but I'm not gonna take a break. It's all gas, no breaks on this end.
All about the grind, man. One last question
Yes,
for you. With Late Gate Radio, in your opinion, what does complete success look like for you? Is there like a certain number of viewers that you want one day? Do you want a deal with a major radio station? Or is it right now, what you have right now, is this, the pinnacle of what you hope to reach with people just checking in and you playing underground music?
Well, first of all, a lot of people don't know I got a degree in telecommunications from Alabama A&M University. So that's why, like, I always loved music since I was a kid. My mama bought me the boombox, and when I was 13 and got my own room, she bought me a stereo, and from there I always bought music. I had my first car radio when I was 16, had my own speaker. So music has always been something that I love. I always been like music and sports. That's what I love throughout my whole life. So with Late Gate Radio, I would love to have my own radio station, like my own radio show or whatever. But if that never happens, this is something that I believe in. And if it only grows so far and I'm able to do things throughout my community and the people really believe me and see me as an honest man, and all that come from this, hey, man, I'm happy with it, because at the end of the day, I'm educated. I'm always be employed if the Lord's willing. And I'm always be able to put food on my table and have a roof over my head, because I don't burn bridges. I don't treat people in a bad way, so I know somebody will pick me up if I'm down. So with Late Gate Radio, I wanted to go to the universe, but hey, if it don't get to that point, I'll never be disappointed with it.
Love that answer, man. You can follow him on Facebook, Montraze Slater, Late Gate Radio, every Monday and Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, I want to thank you again for coming on, and I also want to thank you for the support, man. You shared our podcast many times on social media, and me and Frank, we really appreciate that. So thanks for coming on, and we appreciate the support too, man.
Hey, man, I want to tell y'all, man, like what y'all doing. When I first saw y'all show, man, like I loved it. Like when I listened to it, I was like, dang, because I had already been seeing Byron, posting stuff with, in D.C. And like I think we even spoke one time, like boy, you in a big spot, like you doing good. Like I'm proud of you. You remember that conversation, Pete?
I do, man.
But seeing you guys do that, and Frank, my little cousin, man, I always knew both of y'all boys were very intelligent. Y'all whole crew from Ferg, all y'all always been some very smart boys. So I really follow y'all lead on the political game, because I don't get into that stuff, because it's way over my head. And to see you young brothers where you are today, and I know where you come from. I know the environment you were raised in. I know the type of friends that you have, and I know the type of friends that you have now. You see what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of y'all of what y'all doing, and don't stop. And whatever I can do to help y'all on this end while y'all all the way up there, man, just let me know. Don't hesitate, bro, for real.
That means a lot, man. I think I can speak for Frank. You mentioned how you're tired before you record. I'm pretty sure he's tired sometimes. I'm tired sometimes, man, but we just, we love it. We keep grinding at it, man. So we definitely understand where you're coming from with that. And again, man, thanks for coming on, bro. Want to thank Montraze Slater once again for joining us. Even in his answers, Frank, because we both mentioned how his energy shows on the show, but even in his answers, you can hear the passion that he has for what he does. And I wish we could have posted, our conversation after the actual interview that the three of us had. He's a fun guy, very supportive guy, and it is all love, man. He's doing this for free. He's not getting anything from these artists. So what he's doing is genuine, and I wish him nothing but the best. What did you take from the interview? What were your thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to thank him for coming on. Thank him for the promotion that he does. We are cousins, so that's he's proven that family really rely on them. Just the way he promotes the show, it means a lot. I just took away that everything he said was genuine, and I think that, to me, stuck out more than anything. I know you hear a lot of lip service to people saying, follow your heart, do your thing. But he's so genuine. He's so genuine with his passion that it's infectious. Like I said, you can scroll by it, or you can try to scroll by it, excuse me, and then you're like, all right, what's going on? Because this guy is up here bouncing around, pointing at a screen, talking about check in for what, and And it's just a very positive thing. And then to find out, like I said, I didn't even know prior to the interview that he was doing it for no cost. I think that's a great thing. That shows his passion is true, his real, his integrity to come in and promote other people that he may not get anything from, to make them better. That's true altruism. I mean, when you talk about things, that's just a great spirit. And so, like I said, shouts out to Late Gate, and hopefully, like I said, he'll come back on the show maybe later in the season or next season, and just continue to listen about his journey, and just continue to grow with him.
Again, that's Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. Follow him, Montraze Slater, on Facebook, and check in Late Gate Radio. It's a party.